If we give up on elections, how long before we give up believing in the power of the elected to govern? Why should those elected by the minority make decisions for the majority? Such an environment is ripe for tyranny, totalitarianism, authoritarian government. This is basically what happened in ancient Rome. By the period known as the Late Republic, 100 BCE or so, wealthy oligarchs had complete control. There were a few limited ways the public could supposedly have some measure of power in government, but they were mostly ceremonial by that point. The entire state apparatus was pretty much run for the benefit of wealthy aristocrats. As classical scholar Ernst Badian described it, no administration in history has ever devoted itself so wholeheartedly to fleecing its subjects for the private benefit of its ruling class as Rome of the last age of the Republic. No comment. When Julius Caesar took charge, a leader who was willing to challenge the power of the oligarchs and make popular changes on behalf of the powerless, the Roman people were willing to put an end to whatever little democracy they had in favor of an imperator perpetuus, dictator for life. Even though Caesar only lived with that title for about 6 months before his fellow aristocrats murdered him, the Republic was done, and the stage was set for 4 centuries of authoritarian rule before the empire's ultimate collapse. We cannot allow faith in our own republic to erode to that point. Plainly, the answer to our problems isn't that we drop out and stop voting. It is through elections that power becomes vulnerable to our discontent. Losing the election is what matters in politics, William Grider said. That's it. Our political masters won't pay attention unless we make them pay attention. We live in a democracy, however imperfect it may be. Our system may be dysfunctional and broken, but at the end of the day, it's the only mechanism we have to change anything. Our government still retains democratic elements, and reflecting the popular will is the political ideal. In a democracy, the ultimate power is in our hands. We must use this power to hold the powerful to account. We don't realize the untapped power that we possess. Grider goes on to say that nothing captures the attention of senators and representatives more firmly than the shock of seeing 4 or 5 of their colleagues blindsided in an election, defeated by a popular issue no one had anticipated, or by an assembly of citizens no one had taken seriously. We can be that assembly of citizens, and we can take a hell of a lot more seats than 5 or 6 if we get organized. Every election is determined by the people who show up. Political scientist Larry Sabato said that. It's the same idea behind buying a ticket for the Mega Millions jackpot. You don't really believe that you're going to win, but you buy a ticket anyway, because you can't win if you don't play. It's as simple as that. You must vote if you want to change anything. Participation matters. We gain power when we decide to become powerful. Elections are how we must do it. Please give a like, follow, favorite, and subscribe to my free Substack. Let's make them pay.